Education and Diversity in Education. And we have with us Dr. Raymond Richardson and Dr. Coleman McGinnis. Dr. McGinnis, before we had our first commercial break, we promised that we'd give you an opportunity to talk about perhaps some of your own personal experiences dealing with Brown versus the Board of Education and how people that you knew responded perhaps to this decision.
Well, I certainly remember as you know, an 11 or 12-year-old child, the hoopla that came out in Richmond, and I actually was pleasantly surprised when I moved to Nashville that the environment did seem somewhat different. The governor of Tennessee, when he called, Governor Frank Lemon, when he called the state militia out, it was to ensure that the black children were able to get into the schools and obey the court orders, as opposed to what Faubus was doing in Little Rock and some of the other southern governors. I think the key thing to remember here is that culture change is a very slow thing, and a very subtle and undercurrents. You just aren't going to see this from day to day or even year to year. It's taken us 25 years since the merger of UT Nashville and Tennessee State to get to the point where we are now, which I think is a very positive and very constructive thing. But we didn't get there easily. It's taken a lot of battles, a lot of arguments, a lot of debates, a lot of soul searching in many respects to go through a series of stages, because there was a lot of resistance to the merger. There was a lot of resistance to the '84 stipulation settlement for a number of reasons. The current decree we're operating under, we really took a year to work on this. The various parties negotiating. I mean, in some cases, as I'm sure Ray will agree, you have to do some negotiating even among yourselves before you can start talking about negotiating with the other folks who are involved in this. But we had the leadership of the person who's now the monitor in this case, Carlos Gonzalez from Alabama, who helped put this together. And it really was something that most of us thought we could buy into, and then we sort of set out to try and get the campus to buy into it. I mean, the state, by the time this is over with, between the stipulation and this consent decree, we've spent about $200 million on Tennessee State University. And the earlier being mostly on the buildings, and now we're really talking about, well, three things: the administrative infrastructure and bringing ourselves into the 21st century in terms of technology and software and that kind of thing to make us really able to serve the students. New programs that we're going to undertake to reach out much more to the Nashville community, to non-traditional students, both in the sort of traditional classroom manner and also going out on the web and distance education, that kind of thing, focusing on business. And Ray can talk a little bit about what they're doing with the e-business program, in health sciences, which obviously